Hello, everyone. My name is Joshua Greenberg, and I am an art and graphic design teacher in Garden City, Kansas. One thing to know about our school is that it is very diverse, and students come from many cultures and walks of life. I live in a classroom with 26 computers, 2 printers, and 12 drawing displays. I have an amazing classroom for graphic design, but that means I don't have a lot of room for my drawing classes. I also run the art club. My co-sponsor and I took our students to Kansas City for our annual art and career exploration trip, not this year, but last year, and recreated The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. I'm heading into my second year as head of the art department, and I've also taken on the mantle of graphic designer for the athletic department. On a more personal note, I have 2 cats, Ali and Raya. Ali is a rescue found in the middle of the street who came to us at 2 weeks old with a broken leg and severed tail. He's my buddy. Raya is a shelter kitty, and we rescued her from Petco. I'm married, and my wife is about to have a book published. I'm originally from Idaho, and I love to fish. And I'm a nerd who loves to play video games when I can find the time. All right, the 3 levels of government control of education. So local and state support is primarily, they are primarily responsible for implementing the laws. It is states and communities as well as public and private organizations of all kinds that establish schools and colleges, develop curricula, and determine requirements for enrollment and graduation. The structure of education finance in America reflects this predominant state and local role. Of an estimated $1.15 trillion being spent nationwide on education at all levels for school year 2012-2013, a substantial majority will come from the state, local, and private resources. This is especially true at the elementary and secondary level, where about 92% of the funds will come from non-federal sources. Federal support. The feds ensure that no student is denied the right to equal educational opportunity based on race, ethnicity, gender, disability, or other protected status. They provide compensatory funding to facilitate access to educational opportunity for high-needs students, including but not limited to students living in poverty and students with disabilities. They support education research and development and the gathering of and dissemination of information about the scope and quality of the nation's education system to inform policy and practice at the state and local levels. In a manner consistent with both its unique advantages and limited capacity, support the development and conditions to promote continuous improvement of state and local education systems. So who's in charge? At the federal level, our Secretary of Education is Nancy DeVos. At the state level in Kansas, our Commissioner of Education is Randy Watson. We also have a Kansas State Education Board, as you can see over here to the right. All 10 of them are shown. At the local level, our superintendent is Dr. Steve Carlin, and we also have a school board of 7 members who are elected, and they are the unpaid officials. Everyone else gets paid. In terms of the NELP standards, almost all, in fact, all of these are influenced the most at the local level, as that information comes down to the local level and then is unpacked, disseminated, and figured out how we're going to use all that to run the schools. Final thoughts. The federal and state level governments paint the broader strokes of education and the success and the well-being of each student and adult. They enact laws to ensure equal right to education, the safety of students, and funding to school districts. Local school officials unpack and implement the laws passed by the state and federal government. They serve to meet the needs of the students and educators of their districts.